Hello everyone, it's me Jenny, and this is going to be my random Sunday show type thing, which is going to be crafting. And under that subheading it might include cooking, and it definitely will include a lot of cosplay, because I realised that I can probably talk about this subject for a very oh my god, she's still talking long time. And I realise that a lot of you might get very bored with that, but it's something that, of all of the subjects that I've been thinking about talking about, it's the one that I can definitely get the most mileage out of, because I will talk about how I think about making costumes, and then possibly I will, you know, show you making a cosplay, and hopefully with a good feedback loop you guys can encourage me to keep going, because I'm one of those people that sometimes I can work really hard and sometimes I just completely lose faith and give up and quit. So I think that's just a general trait of any person who is creating something. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about cosplay, and in order to keep these videos as brief and short and sweet as possible, I'm going to be breaking it down into very small little sections. So today's section is choosing a character to cosplay. I'm not going to be talking about the look of the character, I'm just going to be talking about specifically the character. And it's going to be gender equal because you can always cosplay or gender bend, however you like. Talking about the specific choosing a character. What do you like about that character? For me, you have to like the character. You have to like their presence on screen or in the manga or the book or the radio play or whatever you're watching, the film. Whatever you're watching, you've got to love their presence, you've got to love seeing them on screen and find them awesome and inspiring and interesting, and want to spend more time in their, like, in their mindset. You want to talk to them. My metaphor, sit down and have a cup of tea, is a good one, because even if you're talking about a villain, if you're talking about someone who's so unpleasant but so charismatic, they sometimes make the best people to cosplay, because you can really, you want to get into the nitty-gritty with their character. You find the characters entertaining, and for me, if you don't like the character, if you, like, as much as their costume may be beautiful, you actually feel, like, I've never actually played a character that I haven't liked, but I would feel really uncomfortable in their skin. And you're representing that character, you're informing people around you of that character. If it's not someone that you like, then you shouldn't be really dressing up as them, because you're saying, hey, look at this character is awesome enough that I put effort into making this costume. And if you don't like the character, then you are basically, you know, lying in costume. And as I said, you don't necessarily have to love them in a, they're so awesome and they're so good. They can just be a charismatic arsbutt. I just said arsbutt. You know what I mean? Yeah, so choosing a character that you like is incredibly important. In fact, I say it's the most important thing, regardless of look. Finding a character that you like. If it's a character that doesn't have a distinct look but you absolutely love them, go as a group. Group cosplay is so important, because you can do a really simple costume, like, I don't know, gangster movies where you're wearing all just shirts and ties. But if you're part of a group, it's a whole other experience, and you can wear slightly simpler costumes but really get into the characters. So yeah, that's my advice on choosing a character. Make sure that you love them. My second bit of advice, and the second thing that for me personally is very important, is character treatment. And this is kind of a complicated issue, and I'll try and keep it as concise and summarised as possible, because I could go on with this for a long time. But if a character is mistreated by the writers specifically, or in a world-changing event is then kind of left to the wayside and kind of neglected, I choose not to play those characters, because I don't like the way their characters are treated, and I don't want to encourage future writers to treat characters like that. Again, if you are cosplaying a character, you're kind of advertising that character, and if you don't like how that character is treated, no matter how awesome the character is within their own little universe, if the universe is constantly beating on them in a way that you find makes you sad, then you shouldn't be cosplaying that character, because you're telling people to go watch this thing, go read this thing is amazing, this person is amazing. And if you are sad watching your character get beaten down, then probably someone else will be equally sad. Another example would be Asuna Asuna. Every single time I cannot pronounce the name to save my life, and I can't remember the name of the anime she's in. And yeah, in the first arc of the first series, she is so fantastic. She has such an incredible arc. She becomes such a strong, independent woman and character. She's so strong-minded. She is very intelligent. She's very hardworking, and again, very sexually confident. She is aware of her sexuality, and it's just awesome. And yet, the second arc of season 1, she is a spoon. She's not her character anymore. She could be anyone. She could be a stranger. She could be just a random new character. She just isn't the character that you grow to know and love, and she is incredibly victimized. And so I don't want to play a character that is that thoroughly abused by the writers, because to me, even though maybe it doesn't say it actively or for anyone else, to me that kind of encourages what happens to her, which is sexual assault. So I wouldn't want to play her character, even though I love her character in itself and I love her costumes. I wouldn't want to play her because I don't like how the writers have treated her. Yeah, so that's my first discussion on choosing a character. I'm sorry I rambled on for so long. This series will probably go on forever and a day because I feel like I can talk about it forever and a day. So hopefully I'll do lots of things. Feel free to comment down below and tell me what you really want to see in this series, what you want me to talk about. I've got a long list of what things I can talk about, but perhaps it might be good to get advice from you guys because I'm very likely to ramble incoherently for a very long time without your advice. So please comment and tell me what you actually want to hear, because I'm very likely to go off on tangents otherwise. Anyway, I will see you guys all next week for more cosplay, and in the meantime, see you guys all tomorrow. Bye guys.